Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce our group. We are from Group P. We will present about the advantage and disadvantage of call and teaching for foreign language. Here I'm as first speaker. My name is Yulin. I will explain the introduction. So it is a well-known truth that education means first of all, acting on behalf of some valuable belief that stand for certain structure and function of the educational process. The rapid development of computers and the internet has led foreign language teachers to regard computer-assisted language teaching as a component of language learning pedagogy. And the various stage of computer-aided development, language teaching around the clock, and then researching the advantage and disadvantage of using computers in both foreign language teaching and learning. The main goal is to make language teachers recognize both advantage and disadvantage of using computers so as to take advantage of modern efficiencies technology to improve foreign language learning.
Now, I will explain about short history of call and behavioristic call. So, computer-assisted language learning and teaching offers the language teacher and learner a lot of activities that, when carefully planned as part of lesson development, enable an easier and better understanding for language learners. The role of the computer during classes as part of lesson development has known a few different stages of development and has nowadays become an integrative part of the language learning process. According to Barson and Dapsky, there has been a gradual development for computer-assisted language learning. It has known three different phases: behavioristic call, communicative call, and integrative call. And then for the behavioristic call, the first phase was conceived and implemented in the second half of the 20th century, and then the computer served as a vehicle for delivering instructional materials to the students. The computer role was that of a tutor, and the materials delivered were repetitive language drills as described by Taylor in 1980, vocabulary, grammar, and translation tests. Nowadays, repetitive language drills and practice are still used as the approach offers a series of advantages. For the first is providing whenever necessary access to the same learning material is essential to acquiring a language. And then second, allowing students to access the same materials over and over again and offering immediate and non-judgmental feedback every time is ideal for mastering a language. And then the last is presenting such language materials on an individualized basis without timekeeping and deadlines. Offering students to the choice to study in their own rhythm is beneficial for owning a language.
Hello guys, I'm Mr. Mandari. Would like to talk about communicative computer-assisted language learning. The first one is about what is communicative call. Communicative call is based on the communicative approach to foreign language teaching, which became prominent in the 1970s until 1980s. Then, what is the communicative approach? The communicative approach deals with reaction to the audiolingual approach that focuses on language as a medium of communication, and it deals with what we speak in a language in order to communicate with others. For example, to express likes and dislikes somebody else, hobbies, and many others. And then how the communicative computer-assisted language learning works. In a communicative classroom, grammar is taught implicitly rather than explicitly. It means that the student center is more important in this case. And the second one, computers are used to stimulate discussion, writing, or critical thinking. Students are encouraged to generate original utterances rather than just manipulate prefabricated language. And then the programs avoid telling students that they are wrong and are flexible to variety of student responses. And the next communicative call talk about roles of the computer in the communicative approach. The first one, computer as a tutor, the computer as stimulus, and the last one, the computer as tool to use in understanding language learning.
The next material 2.3, it's about integrative call. Advantages and disadvantages. The third and current phase is integrative call, based on the technological development of multimedia computers and the World Web. The internet provides a lot of advantages for learning and teaching. The first is about considered as a very useful tool. Why? Because it tools allows students the possibility to connect with the world, to create an authentic learning environment. The second is handy tool. Why? Because skills are easily combined and integrated in a single activity in a natural manner. The third is powerful tool. This powerful tool means it gives students control over their learning, individualizing their needs accordingly, promoting at the same time learning independence and development of learning strategies. The fourth is motivating tool. It can provide access to a lot of funny games and communicative activities, thus reducing learning stress and anxiety as they provide repeated lessons as often as necessary. The fifth is interactive tool. Why? Because this tool, it offers the students the possibility to create their own materials and share them with the other students, also giving the possibility to communicate with native speakers, a chance for better understanding and more accurate meaning and rendering. The sixth is about resourceful tool. Why resourceful tool? Because it gives students constant access to plenty of materials such as newspaper and magazine, article, movie reviews, books, extracts. The seventh is educational tool. Educational tools, it offers students the opportunity to actively take part in activities beyond classroom and course books. In the target language, exchanging messages with native speaker and interacting in the target language as a part of a cultural and social exchange, the outcome being improvement in reading and writing skills. The last one is confidation too. Why confident? The internet is a text-driven and over even most shy or hesitating people time and space to think the participate in communicating and information exchange, and by communicating and interacting, students will improve their linguistic skills, change their learning attitudes by building self-confidence. The next is about advantages. I mean like disadvantages. There are two disadvantages. All the above mentioned advantages are lost in the face of some important obstacles that arise due to some objective reason. The first one is about financial. Financial is a problem are related to cost of the acquisition of computers, software, telephone line, and other expenses. The second is technical problem. Technical problem refer to the fact that computers, due to their limitation of their artificial intelligence, artificial intelligence computer technology is not able to handle unexpected situation as a teachers can. Alright, that's all for me about the last one is another disadvantage. Maybe represented by the fact that the greatest part of the success of implementing CAL in the classroom as a part of lesson development depends on the teachers alone on the way they use internet resources. That's all for me about the advantages and disadvantages of language learning and teaching by using internet provides.
Okay, the next actual challenges of implementing CAL. In addition to the advantages and disadvantages stated along the three phases of CAL development for the learning process, taking into account the main guidelines outlines above, the actual CAL phase, which is continuously developing, updating and improving. Some other advantages and disadvantages can be identified by teachers of foreign language. Among the advantages and benefits of integrating a computer during a language learning lesson development notable are the following. Number one, computer can promote language interaction between teacher and learners. Number two, it offers the possibility to simulate some process and phenomena in motion to animation and to some experimental demos. Number three, methods and manner of organizing efficiently and modern the educational or learning process. Number four, getting used to computer technology from an early age influences students' actual development. Number five, it offers the possibility of realizing a string of didactic operations which are very important for evaluation and also for developing students' creativity. Some disadvantages that might alter the educational process in general and language learning process as well can be: number one, deterioration of the teacher role in the learning process. Number two, division in small section and well delimited of content leads shortening the matter, favoring to students with analytic thinking but not those with synthetic thinking. Number three, controlling step-by-step students' mental activity by the teacher stops them from developing creative abilities and entrepreneurial spirit and initiative. Number four, excessive individualization of learning can lead to denial of the teacher student dialogue and leads to the isolation of the learning process from the physical social context. Okay, the conclusion. Undoubtedly, there are a number of positive aspects that are counterbalanced by the negative aspects regarding the my technology should be integrated into language learning classrooms. The role of the teacher in the classroom is very important, and even though computers have become part of the learning process, helping students with information, it is the teachers that can provide valuable feedback and offer advice, good information to their students, teach them how to correctly choose the right and genuine search of information on the internet, and also be creative. Even though computers cannot and should not ever replace teachers for the reason above mentioned, and even if there are more advantages that favor computer assisted language learning and teaching in a classroom. Such developing technology should only be seen as integrated into the learning and teaching process as part of a daring endeavor in developing a successful educational system. Thank you.